morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Now, this story we heard in the first reading today is certainly a familiar story, I think, to most of us. Like, I don't think you even need to be a particularly religious person to have heard the story of Moses and the burning bush, of God speaking to Moses from the burning bush. And when I hear this story, I just imagine how awesome that must have been for Moses. What an awesome experience. I mean, here he is, he's minding his own business, tending the flock, and all of a sudden this bush is on fire, and he hears God's voice. He has this encounter with God, and he takes his shoes off out of reverence for God, because he knows he is in the presence of God. And how awesome is that? I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine how awesome it would be to be in the presence of God? Well, we don't have to imagine that, do we? Because every time we come to Mass, we are in the presence of God. We're in the presence of the most holy Eucharist, the body and blood, soul and divinity of Christ Jesus, the Son of God. And when Father Victor holds that sacred host up for us to see, you're gazing upon the divine, just as Moses did with the burning bush. Now Moses heard God's voice audibly from that bush. I don't know about you, but I've never heard Christ's voice from the Holy Eucharist. But we get to experience something better than that. Something better than hearing God. We get to taste God. We get to take his body into our body. And Moses, he was changed forever by that encounter with God. And spoiler alert, he went on to lead the chosen people out of slavery in Egypt. So how does our encounter with the body and blood of Christ change us? We may not free enslaved people, but we cannot have such an intimate encounter with God and not be changed by it. I don't know, probably most of us won't actually hear the voice of God as Moses did, but we can still listen for the voice of God. How is God calling you today? Is he calling you to reach out to someone maybe you've lost contact with? Is he calling you to visit a friend or a family member who might be sick or homebound? Is he calling you to help a stranger in need? Or is he calling you in some other way? This morning, as we gather to share this most sacred meal, to gaze upon our God and take him into our body, let us be attentive to the voice of God. And let us allow this encounter with him to change us.